The Disney Speedstorm developers just finished their Season 2 Q&A, and with it, a ton of amazing information was revealed about the future of Disney Speedstorm, including a potential tease for some upcoming seasons. Without further ado, let's hop into it, starting off with a pretty mild question. Will there be a way to purchase additional tokens in the future? And the answer is, players will be able to purchase additional tokens starting in Season 3. I know a few of you people have been asking about this, and now you have your answer. When Season 3 rolls around in a couple weeks, you'll be able to purchase tokens, which I know a lot of people have been waiting for. The second question is in a similar vein as the first one, but very valuable information nonetheless. Is there a way to purchase the Golden Pass once we run out of Golden Pass credits? And the answer is yes. It only costs 990 tokens a season, surprisingly, and we don't know the exact price of tokens yet, but I have several thousand tokens lying around, so I'm going to be set on Golden Passes for the foreseeable future, which I think is very nice that they're putting it at such a cheap price. The next question is a big one for all you ranked players, and it's, are there any adjustments coming to the teleport skill? And the answer is, well, the team knows that it's a problem in ranked multiplayer and it can be very frustrating at times, but there's nothing concrete set yet, which is a little unfortunate because I would like some changes faster, but they are working on it and looking into it, so I'm sure we'll see changes eventually. Now, for those who don't know, when you bash into another racer as any class except for Tricksters, it stuns your opponent for a good couple of seconds, and this does not happen with the Tricksters. Rather, they just get hacked slightly, which is alright, but it's by far the worst dash ability, especially as people get more used to the hack ability. And someone asked, is this going to change? And the team basically said that they thought the hack ability would be way more impactful than any of the other dash abilities, and so they made it so that it didn't stun anyone, but they are looking into changes for this ability, and honestly, I hope it does, because Tricksters kind of suck right now, and that could be a really nice buff to their class. Moving on to the next question we're covering in today's video, it has to do with the strength of CPU-controlled racers in ranked multiplayer, and the team said that they are aware of how they're performing in ranked multiplayer, and they made some changes to them last season already, but they understand people want them to be nerfed even more, and so they're actively considering it, but nothing is concrete yet, which does kind of suck a little bit to hear, and I hope they change their mind and quickly make some changes to CPU and rank to make them a little less annoying. The next question is a juicy one. Would you consider buffing the Defender and Trickster racer classes? Because as we all know, they are far worse than the Speedster and Brawlers currently, and the answer is no. Their win rates are actually pretty equal to the Speedsters and Brawlers, which is a little unfortunate that they aren't going to be buffing them at all, but that's what we have to deal with, and hopefully they'll change their mind in the future. The next question we have up is actually a question that I submitted. Are there any plans to implement a way to exchange one type of upgrade part for another type? Because as we all know, there are low tier upgrade parts. For example, the ships and bottles for the Pirates racers, the evening gloves for the Beauty and the Beast racers that are just completely useless once you get those characters past like level 15 or 10, I think it is. And so I haven't been able to use any of those upgrade parts for a long time, but I still play the limited events, so I keep getting heaps of them and nothing to use them on. So I think a system to implement and upgrade your upgrade parts into better upgrade parts would be great. Even if it's not an exact one-to-one conversion, the conversion could be awful, but I think it'd be super beneficial to the game, and they actually like the idea, but they don't have plans to implement a feature like that, so I'm going to take that as a win in my book. I wish something was coming a little sooner, but hopefully they'll revisit this idea and implement something like this in the future. Yeah. Now, this next question is a big one that I know I and a lot of other people have been asking for. Is there plans to implement a way to earn season coins or XP just by playing online multiplayer or other just modes? Just, gaining a small reward after every race I think would be very nice, and unfortunately, no. They buffed the daily XP, and because of that, they're happy with the way rewards are distributed, which I think is okay. Personally, I would be more happy if they got rid of daily objectives and made it so that you could get like 600 XP just from racing daily. I think that'd be way more fun and engaging, but this is the system we have now, and I think I'm fine with it. It's not a huge deal, but it's just something that would be nice. Alright, this next question is an exciting one about future racers being added to the game. Is there a chance for more racers to be added to existing collection? This would mean things like Gaston is the first one that comes to mind, Will Turner from Pirates of the Caribbean, characters like that, where their franchises are already in the game, and the answer is yes. Nothing is off the table, and I cannot wait to see what they have in store for expanding the existing collections already in the game. Okay, these next two questions are some of the most exciting of the whole Q&A. The first one is, are the seasons always going to be planned around a specific Disney or Pixar property? And the answer is yes. There will always be one main Disney or Pixar movie or franchise that the whole season will be based around, which I think we all pretty much expected, and it's going to be exciting. But in this answer, they said from the most heroic to the most villainous, which I think is another tease at something they hinted in their last Q&A, either adding villains to the game or a whole villain season, which they teased in their last season 1 Q&A, so go check out that video if you haven't already. And the second question is, will the mid-season racers be sticking to existing properties, or will they be extended? So like, could we see Moana and Maui, even though they don't have a collection in the game already, or anything else of that vein? And the answer is yes. The possibilities are endless, and they say we have exciting things coming round the bend, which a lot of people in the community thought was a reference to Pocahontas and her song where she goes just around the river bend. And unfortunately, this was debunked already by one of the game devs, but it was a cool theory and fun while it lasted. But I don't think we're going to be seeing Pocahontas anytime soon because of that. Alrighty, another question about possible upcoming racers. Is there a possibility that crew members could become racers in the future? And the answer is no. They have no plans for that, and that's honestly what I expected. But this can kind of shut down everyone's theories of potential old crewmates being changed into racers or something like that. So that means everyone who's a crew member unfortunately won't be coming to the game anytime soon, probably ever. So like Lumiere, I think, is the one that hits hardest for me. But yeah, that's a little unfortunate, but also it's what I personally expected. Alright, the final question I'm going to be covering in today's video is, will new seasons happen every 2 months when the game ends early access period, and are community suggestions going to be factored in when deciding new season themes? And yes, seasons are going to happen every 2 months. That is not the exciting part of this question. The exciting part is that the community suggestions are being taken into account, and the devs think that plenty of our suggestions are going to become a reality over the coming seasons. Now this is kind of huge because the community sort of has 2 running theories for the next 2 seasons of Disney Speedstorm, and that is Nightmare Before Christmas around Halloween time and Frozen around December and Christmas time for the 2 seasons after Lilo and Stitch themed, which is going to be season 3. So we're talking about seasons 4 and 5 here. And because they say that a lot of the community's theories are going to be coming true, I think there's a very, very real possibility that the Nightmare Before Christmas and Frozen both make their way to Disney Speedstorm in seasons 4 and 5 respectively. However, nothing is confirmed yet. This is just sort of a little hint and tease, and they could be hinting at seasons even later than seasons 4 and 5, maybe even next year around Halloween and Christmas time. We'll see those 2 season themes, but keep suggesting your ideas, because the more Disney Speedstorm sees your ideas, the more they're going to want to put them in the game, as they've shown here in this Q&A. But yeah, that's all the questions I have for you guys today. There were a couple more that were answered, so go check them out on the official Discord if you want to see them. But that's all for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace out.